My name is Scott Gramling, and I teach 8th grade boys Bible. I teach 9th grade boys and girls Bible. I love CHA because one, it's so biblically centered. I know Christian school, but it is so biblically centered. Every aspect, every part of it, between the position of the home and the church and the school, we're all in it together. And so I feel like I'm not their youth minister. I'm not their parent. I'm just here to help guide them and teach them biblical truths. And hopefully, as God works all of those facets together.
My name is Linda Newsom, and I teach a psychology class here, and it's a psychology club class, which means the students get high school credit, and they also can earn 3 credit in college. I'd have to say I try to pull into the class, biblical thinking, and we go back to what does God say about this? How does God answer this problem? And just that you're made in the image of God, and that God has a plan for your life. And I bring in Proverbs. The Proverbs a day couldn't be a better way to see how God wants us to live our lives.
I'm Josh Bullard. I'm the headmaster of Christian Heritage Academy. And the headmaster, it's an interesting term even. It came from years ago at the school that the head of school, thus the term head, would be in charge of the teachers whom we literally actually train to be master teachers. We actually have a master teacher program. So the headmaster is the head of those master teachers, the headmaster of the school. Some people think it's kind of a private school snobbish term. They're normally an administrator or a superintendent, and we certainly didn't mean anything snobby by it. But the headmaster at CHA is the headmaster educator of the master teachers that God has raised up here at CHA. I've been at Christian Heritage Academy for a long, long time. I actually graduated from CHA in 1979. So I was a student here my junior and senior year in high school, and then I went away for college and graduate school, came back and was a teacher and coach, a math teacher and basketball and football coach for 22 years. So this is actually my 37th year at Christian Heritage Academy. Christian Heritage Academy, I say it frequently, it's not a difference of being better than any other Christian school in the Oklahoma City area. I'm literally good friends with the administrators of the other Christian schools. God has raised them up. God has gifted them. They have tremendous ministries. So I don't say we're better. There's no room for arrogance whatsoever. However, having said that, we are distinct. We are different. I would say that the other schools are different as well, so difference is not better. But when the question is asked, why should I send my child to CHA? Well, the answer is, we do things differently at CHA. Not everything. I mean, a lot of other schools have great academic programs and athletic programs, etc. But there are some key distinctives at Christian Heritage Academy. And I tell parents that if this is where the Lord wants your child, because this is the way we do things and this is what we do, then you pray and we're praying for you. And if this is a good fit, this is where your child needs to be.
I would encourage a parent to bring their student to CHA really for one word: culture. I think the culture here is dynamic. I think it's spectacular. I think the combination of the home and the church and the school is something that I don't think they truly grasp until they've had maybe a semester or a year in here. I think once they go through the tour and they go through the shadowing process, I think they get a glimpse of it. But I think for the parents, just to see their kids and the way they come home and they understand the culture, it's not just about what happens in the classroom. It's about what happens in the hallways, about what happens in extracurricular activities, what happens even outside of school with the communication between the parents and the teacher and the students and what they're bringing home.
I think it's a blessing and a privilege to teach here at CHA. I really enjoy the culture, the students, and the students that have years before they come to me, they've really been prepared. They have a lot of biblical understanding. And two things that I really like them to know that I appreciate about CHA, the students, is that the biblical learning that they have, the verses they've memorized, are going to be more valuable in life than anything else they learned. And they may not see that now, but down the road they will be so thankful.
Why would a parent bring their child to CHA? When they bring their child, and anyone that's watching this video right now that may be interested in investigating the possibility of having their child at CHA, they're going to come to the school, they're going to meet some individuals, they're probably going to meet me, and I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to say, you should consider bringing your child to Christian Heritage Academy because primarily God's hand of favor has been on this school for 49 years. There's no human reason for that. It's nothing that we or anybody else before us has done. We don't know why, but we take it very seriously. God's hand of favor has been on this school. He has protected this school. He's provided for this school. We're debt-free. We're here in this facility, which is a fantastic facility. We shouldn't have survived 49 years, but God's hand of favor has been on this school for 49 years. One of our favorite verses is Luke 12:48, to whom much is given, and God has given us much at CHA, to whom much is given, of him shall much be required. So what I say to parents is, you really should come and investigate Christian Heritage Academy. You should ask all the questions you can think to ask. Many of those questions have been answered on this video, have been addressed in this video, but there's nothing like coming in person, walking the hallways, seeing the teachers, seeing the students, and then what we say is, you need to pray. If this is where God wants your child, this is where you need to have them. And we welcome you. You'll love us, we'll love you. If this is where God wants your child to be. And I say the same thing in the opposite direction. If this is not where God wants your child, there are other really fantastic Christian schools in the Oklahoma City area. I would love to tell you about them. And I name the administrator and I say, you really need to go out and check out these other schools, because wherever it is that God wants your child to be a student, that's where you want them. We believe that God is doing some great things at CHA, and He has for almost 5 decades now. But that's not the answer. The answer is, what does God have for your child? And if this is it, this is where they need to be.